My Shart, wow. Did you just hear what came out of my mouth? Oh my word. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it. If you already are a part of my YouTube family, welcome back. And for those of you that are new, be sure to be following me on Instagram and click that subscribe button below as well as the notification bell so that you're notified whenever a new video goes up that I make. Today I wanted to sit down with you guys and do a get ready with me / questions Q&A. I took to Instagram, so again, if you're not already following me on there, follow. So, because I like to ask you guys questions on what you want to see, questions you have for me, just different things. Whenever I do a Q&A, I always post stuff there to get y'all's insight on things. So be sure to be following me on my social media. Anyways, back to the subject at hand. I took to Instagram and asked you guys what you wanted to ask me. I am filming in my bathroom, so sorry if there's a little bit of an echo. This was just the best lighting, and since it's a get ready with me video, figured, you know, do it in my bathroom where I get ready. But this pandemic has just messed things up. Oh my goodness, I hate that, you know, it's scary to go out, even to the grocery store. I'm not super scared. I mean, now we have to wear masks, which I think is just kind of whatever. It's my take on it, but it's just a thing, you know, that we have to do for now, and hopefully it gets better, you know, as things progress. But I officially have started my leave. It is, by the time this video goes up, it will be probably May 1st, and and I have decided to take leave from my airline. For those of you that don't know, I am a flight attendant with a major U.S. airline and domestic carrier, that is, major U.S. domestic carrier, and I decided to go ahead and take the paid leave that they were offering for their flight attendants. So that is it for this intro. Let's get into this video. Alright, so while I am answering these questions, I will be mentioning what products I'm using. If I don't mention anything, I'll be sure to link everything below, whether I mention it or not, or if I can't find it, I'll go ahead and try and link something similar. For my hair today, this is just blow dried right now. I like to curl my hair or style it after I've done my makeup. But a little bit about what I did to get this little bit of volume I've got going on. My hair just flips. It's so annoying right now. Can't wait for it to get longer. I'm trying to grow it. But what I did to get a little bit of volume in my hair today was I blow dried. First, I towel dried it a little bit so it was not so damp, because the more water you have in your hair, the less likely it's going to be to soak up this product, and the strength of the product just won't be the same because it's basically diluted with the water. For those of you who don't know, I'm a hairdresser as well. I've been licensed for almost 9 years-ish, something like that, almost basically a decade. And I love it. I do it on the side. That's my chair over there whenever I have family that I need to do. But anyways, not doing that right now either. But this is what I use for my mousse. It is the Design Me by Puff Me brand Design Me Lift Me Volumizing Mousse. This is what it looks like. They also have an Instagram, and I love all their products. They all smell so good, and this is what I use for volume. But for now, I am just going to push this all back because I get hot and it gets in my way. So we're just gonna push that out of the way. All right, so first I started with the cleanser. I did cleanse my face this morning with the Honest Magic Gel to Milk Cleanser. This stuff is amazing. I picked this up at Target. I think they stopped selling it though, so I'm going to link the website below. But this stuff, I love it. It leaves my skin feeling really soft for a change, for a cleanser. Usually it's really, cleansers are harsh on my face, I feel like, and I have rosacea. If you can't quite see, or if my camera isn't, you know, making me look flawless right now. I have some rosacea, a little pimple there, and just discoloration, a little bit of uneven skin, and it gets irritated with certain cleansers. So I love this stuff that it doesn't make me get irritated. Whoops. For my moisturizer today, I'm going to be using this Sun Sealed Delivered facial moisturizer with a sunscreen SPF of 30, which I love. I got this, it's by Skin to You. I got this at Walmart, and sorry if there's a little bit of a glare or shine. Picked up at Walmart for like $5. This stuff's amazing. I did see on TikTok that there was this hack, and I'll have to find it and maybe link it below if I can, or maybe pop it in here somewhere. But you take your moisturizer and you apply your moisturizer first before you do anything else. Of course, this is like, everybody does this. So you apply your moisturizer, and a little of this stuff goes a long way. Oh my gosh, like I still have a little bit. Any excess I have left I put on my hands, because hands age the quickest, so they say. So I'm just gonna work that in. And in this TikTok video, she said to moisturize first, then take some translucent powder. This is the Airspun loose powder and translucent, or whatever, extra translucent, like we all have it. I use this little cup to take this little puff ball out and just kind of tap a little bit in there. I'm not even gonna use all this. Where's my brush? Oh, there it is. Okay. This thing I picked up at some Japanese store. I don't know. You can probably find them anywhere, but you just pop it open, and then there's a little puff, and you can close it easily. I love this thing for travel. So we're just going to take a little bit of powder, and not much at all. I'm just kind of tapping off the excess. And, ooh, my mirror. She said to put just a little bit of powder on. Not much. And then once you have that on, I'll use the rest later. You then spray with a setting spray. This is the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist Set Spray. I'm gonna spray my face with that. And I have tried this trick a couple of times. Let it dry, by the way. I've tried this little trick a couple of times, and it really makes a difference with my skin. Like the evenness of my skin, I feel like. I have very oily skin, so it gets pretty shiny sometimes. And I really like what this does to set my makeup and kind of get the start of it going. Then we're going to use your primer, e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. This is the last step for this part. It'll focus. It's the pink one. I want to get the green one because that helps correct rosacea. And this is the last step. Then you just prime. So first thing I'm going to start with is my eyes. I like to start with the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer in the shade Eden. I picked this up a while ago. I need to get another one, and my hand is too slick. I can't get this thing open. Okay, there we go. All right, so once that's on, I usually like to start with putting my eyes on first. It's just something I've always done. I also do makeup on the side, and I personally just think that's easier to get the eyes out of the way, because, I don't know, I touch my eyes and everything around my eyes a lot, so it's just easier for me to do my eyes first. I'm going to use my Carly Bybel palette. I almost forgot I had this. My daughter found it underneath my sink the other day, and there's a couple of shades in here I want to try out, so I'm going to be using two shades. One, this lightest shade right here, and then this kind of mauve-y shade. I'm really feeling that today, so I think I'm going to use a combination of those two and kind of ombre them. These two brushes, first off, I'm going to be using two different ones, one for dark and one for light. This is an e.l.f. brush, an e.l.f. blending brush. It's like super cheap. This one, don't even know where it came from, but I've had it forever and it doesn't shed, so that's good. So, question number one is, where am I from? Well, I'm from a small town. Well, most would consider it small town. I live about 45 minutes north of Bush Intercontinental Airport, which most people know where that's at. And I live in a town called Magnolia. Well, Tomball, Magnolia area. They're both kind of really close, and most people that live in Magnolia do everything in Tomball anyways. So that's where I am from. Nothing too exciting. We live out in kind of the country area. We don't live on land by any means, but we do live in what most would consider the country. There's not much going on, which again is why we go to Tomball for everything, because they have the stores that we need. Goodness gracious, let me get my life together. Question number 2, a little bit of a weird one. What do you think about pilots? Okay, it's not weird, but it's a first. I think they're great. Pilots are amazing. I mean, my dad was a pilot, so I have super, like, mad respect for pilots. I actually have considered getting my private pilot's license. I don't know if I'd ever go for commercial. And that is, a lot of people have asked me actually, have you thought about becoming a pilot? And I don't really see myself as a pilot, honestly. I never did. I always, you know, just wanted to do this job. Like, I always wanted to be a flight attendant. So for me, I just never saw it for myself. It wasn't until like the last couple of years, and especially after my dad died, that I've really even given it any thought into even getting my private pilot's license. Gosh, that sounds so weird when I say private. And at this point in my career, and I know that age is nothing but a number, and I could go do it. I have the time and the means. There's a place I could go to school nearby, but to become a pilot is not easy. You have to get your ratings and all this other stuff after you finished all your schooling, and it's like a 2.5, 3-year process really to get even to the commercial airline industry. And by that point, I'll be in my 30s. And then by the time I even probably get to working for a commercial airline or even a regional, I'll be in my mid-30s, almost 40, and pilots are forced to retire at 65. You cannot fly past the age of 65. And I plan on being a flight attendant a lot longer than that. Pretty much until God or a doctor or someone tells me I just can't, or something crazy like that. Like, I do not plan on ever quitting. Someone will have to tell me, you can't do this anymore, Allison. Like, this is it for you, you know? Because I love it too much. I don't and can't ever see myself doing something else. And flight attendants don't have to retire at a certain age. We can leave when we want to. That's why there's flight attendants out there who have been flying for 55 years. My sister just flew with one the other day that'd been with her airline for 55 years. That's crazy to say. But if you start young enough, then, you know, it's possible. So, yeah, that's why I think I could never actually become a pilot, 'cause it's just the time that it would take, and then the time that I would only spend in the career. I don't know. I could do it, and then I could afterwards go back to being a flight attendant, but I'd have to go through training again. It would just be a lot. I just think it would be a little too much. I don't think I'd want to do that at, 65, go back to training and go back to the bottom. I'd rather stay where I'm at and work my way up in the flight attendant industry. Alright, I think I like what I've done so far. So there's my eyes. Nothing too crazy, a little bit of a crease. I'm going to blend that a little bit more. Okay, so now that my eyes are pretty much done with eyeshadow, I'm going to go in with this pencil eyeliner. It is by Ulta Beauty. It's just their eyeliner. I need to probably sharpen this thing soon. It's getting a little dull and short. I need to get another one, little bitty thing. But I do like how this stuff lasts. It doesn't, I cannot talk and do this at the same time, so I'm gonna talk right now. But this stuff does last a lot. I like how it smudges, and I just kind of do it on my inner corners and kind of blend it in. I am gonna put some lashes on at the end, so I'm not gonna do like a whole eyeliner thing because the lashes pretty much do it for me. So let me go in with this because I cannot talk and do this at the same time. Sorry about that. Had to change my battery. But anyways, I'm using the Essence mascara, the Curl and Hold mascara. Love this stuff. I just applied a little bit of it, very light coat to my lashes because I'm going to be doing a full-blown lash look in a little bit. Excuse me. I'm not going to put on as much as I normally would. Just a very light coat to kind of give a good foundation for when I do apply the eyelashes to them. So I'm going to do that at the very end to complete this look. Alright, so now for my face, I'm going to start with my foundation. I use a BB cream. I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Paris Magic Skin Beautifier BB cream in the shade Light. The stuff is a little bit darker than you would think for a light, in my opinion. Their shades are like a little bit darker in my opinion. The medium, this is light. They have one shade lighter that's fair, and fair to me is almost like a light, which is what I normally am, and light to me is almost like a light medium. But I love the way that this stuff, the coverage that it gives. It's not super heavy, and it also has, I believe, it prime, corrects, hydrates, and perfects. So that's what I like about it. Ooh, excuse me, most, because it does hydrate, even though I don't need too much of that in my life because my skin is very oily. I can still kind of get that little bit of hydration that I need, especially when I'm flying normally. So, oops. All right. And I'm going to use a, just got this stuff on my face. I'm going to use this Sigma brush. I recently got turned on to Sigma brushes by Wonderfully Allie. If you're not already following her, follow her. She is amazing. I love her videos, and she's the sweetest person. Oh my goodness, she's so, so sweet. But anyways, she turned me on to Sigma brushes. So I picked up the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki brush back in like December, I think it was. And I love how it's angled. It's got kind of a bevel to it. It makes it really easy, especially to get underneath the eyes and stuff. And I have the Max Kabuki brush, the bigger version of it as well. This thing, I believe this is in her kit actually, so be sure to check out her kit that she has with Sigma, her collaboration, because it's amazing. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in all over my face, and I'll just do this really quick. So once that is done, I then take my wow. Did you just hear what came out of my mouth? Oh my word. I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape, my goodness, put it everywhere I have my little red spots, kind of my pimples, a little bit of a breakout there, and then underneath my eyes. Put it along my nose, and like a warrior. So once I look like a crazy warrior queen, I'm going to take that same brush and blend it in, kind of tap it. Alright, so next question is, why did you decide to take leave for May, and will you keep taking leave like every month after? Well, you know, okay, so I took leave because I commute, number one. Really, it's a few reasons. So I commute, and with commuting, you have the expense of commuting. I have a crash pad that I stay at, and it just, the money that I spend in gas and everything else, and the fact that I have my husband as a breadwinner in the family really is what is helping me be able to not have to work right now. I like that I'm able to take this time off, and really that's my main reasons. I just don't need to be spending the time to commute whenever I do get paid to, you know, stay home. I'm going to take my airspun powder, by the way, right now, and I'm going to use the same brush to bake. So it just doesn't make sense. A lot of the commuters in Dallas took the leave for that same exact reason, because commuting does cost money. For some, they just get hotel rooms on the days that they are going to be flying. And the flying right now is so scarce, there's really not much flying going on, that it's just not worth it. The money's not going to be there for us to make like we normally would, and it just doesn't make sense, you know, to commute. People commute from Atlanta, Austin. I've met tons of flight attendants that commute from just, you know, anywhere and everywhere. So if you're not, you know, being compensated or gonna be making that same money that you normally would make, there's no point in really coming out and commuting when you can just stay home. So that's why I think a lot of people take it. It's why I took it. Also, my son is out of school right now, so I have become a homeschool teacher, and oh my gosh, you teachers, ooh, my hat goes off to you guys. I know y'all are probably happy that the school year is done, but at the same time, still have to grade papers, and I'm sure y'all are very, very busy, and my hat goes off to you guys, because y'all are the real MVPs of this thing, because I mean, I guess it could be worse. My kid loves to learn. He is very, he gets very excited, but he gets very bored easily. So it's very hard to keep his attention, I think, and keep him stimulated enough to continue, you know, his learning. So it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's not too bad. For contour, I'm going to be using this Maybelline Fit Me Shine Balance in the shade Toffee Caramel. Picked this up a while ago, and I'm just going to use it along my cheekbones a little bit and a little bit on my forehead. And then I will be going over it with Butter Bronzer bronzing powder. I love this stuff. And I'm going to be using a little bitty brush. I don't even know where I got this. Little bitty fluffy blending blushy brush kind of thing. But yeah, that's mainly why I took the leave. Do I continue to take the leave? Probably. Bidding opens tomorrow, I believe, for my airline, to bid for it in June. And I think I'm going to take it. And if they continue to offer it, who knows? But I mean, while I can be home, why not? If the flying, again, isn't going to be where it is going to be, and as long as I can hold it, because it does go by seniority. You do have to, you know, bid for it just like we bid for our schedules, meaning that you don't, it's not guaranteed. I got it this month, but that's not to say that next month someone else senior to me could bid for it and get it, and then I miss out. So we'll see. But I am going to try for it for June. And kind of see where it goes. You know, might actually get a summer off for a change. So that's my plan. I'm going to enjoy my time at home with my kids and my husband, kind of, you know, rekindle our relationships and really focus on them. You know, it's all about them right now, and spending time with your family is important. So I'm going to take advantage of it, especially since my job requires me to be away for periods of time. It's nice. All right, so now I'm going to go in with this bronzer and just kind of apply it everywhere I applied the contour. Another question I got asked was, what's my favorite recipe to cook while in quarantine? And that's a really good question. Until recently, I am not a good cook. My husband knows this. He did not marry me because I am a good cook. I have gotten better, but I am that person that needs the recipe to follow, like, step by step. I cannot deviate. I can't just throw stuff together and know it's gonna taste good. Not that. I'm just not built that way. I'm just not. My husband learned that early in our relationship, and he's okay. But I've gotten better. So my favorite thing to cook right now is it's called taco soup. It's easy. It's so easy. It literally has like 6 ingredients. I will be sure to link the recipe below. It is so good. You can cook it in the crock pot for like 4 hours. It doesn't take long because you're literally just tossing a bunch of beans and cans and stuff like that together. But tastes amazing. My son and my husband call it bean soup, and I call it taco soup. It is taco soup, but they just call it bean soup. I will link the recipe below. This blush I picked up at Miss A Studio. They have a website. I will link it below. They have 2 stores in Dallas at the malls. And my kids. Jackson, can you shut my door, please? My bedroom door? Okay. Just a little bit, not all the way. Anyways, they have stores. Everything in there is $1, and I love this blush. Like, a little goes a long way. I really have to tap off a lot of the excess. And I'm just gonna kind of dab that onto my cheeks a little bit. Ooh. I'm not a huge blush person. Never really have been. But I used to dance, and we used to have like rosy pink, you know, cheeks. So ever since then, and because I already have naturally pinkness going on from my rosacea, I really try to stay away from blush if at all possible. But I do like the look that it kind of gives my cheeks just a little bit, just a tinge, just a twinge of color. Now I'm going to set the rest of my face with the Airspun powder. I'll bake a little bit underneath the contour and get into the next question. I think this has another one to do. What are you doing to stay busy while on leave? Well, I'm quarantined. I am, like I said, getting more into cooking. Doing tons of activities with my kids, whether it be going for a walk. I bought a bike recently so that we can go bike riding in my mom's neighborhood. My mom's neighborhood is very big and nice, and she's been really busy, so I've been helping her around her house lately, so she's been keeping me busy. She had surgery not too long ago, so she hasn't been able to do most of the stuff that she normally would do herself, so I help her out with that. And yeah, we made tie-dye shirts the other day. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that too. Or my TikTok, because I have that now. And I wore that shirt the other day, actually, on one of my TikToks. So go check that out, galleyally. But yeah, we've just been staying busy, you know, doing the normal, like, thing I feel like everyone's doing. Hanging out, we go to the store when we need something. Like, I'm not scared to go out or do things, you know. It's Like I have to get out and get groceries and things like that, but I'm not stockpiling, if that makes any sense. I do need to clean out my pantry and redo that, but another thing to keep me busy. So yeah, just stuff around the house. I redid my yard the other day. My like flower bed entry area really needed tending to, and I redid the whole thing. Ripped it up. It looks amazing now. I'm so happy with how it turned out. How are your kids doing? Oh, that's so sweet. I bet they're happy to be home with you, or I bet they're happy you're home. And while I'm answering this question, I am going to be putting on my eyebrows. I use this e.l.f. wax pencil to kind of shape them and make them do what I want, as well as the e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil. It has the brow pencil on one side and then a little fluffy bristle brush on the other side. But yes, my kids are very happy that I am home. They are enjoying this time with me, but my 7-year-old, my son just turned 7, and he pretty much thinks that he's basically a second grader now. You know, he understands that he still has classwork to do and stuff, but he is like, he told me the other day, I'm basically a second grader, you know, because we don't, because school's out for the rest of the year. He said that he is now a second grader, and I told him, well, you know, sweetie, you still have to pass. We still have a lot of work to do, and you have things to do before you can, you know, call yourself a second grader. And he's like, I know, but he's just excited that he doesn't have to go back to school. And my 4-year-old, she doesn't fully understand. She'll start school in August. She'll start kindergarten. It's crazy to think about. My baby is going to be starting school. But she's excited, and I'm excited for her. You know, it's kind of a milestone, I feel like, because we're not going to have any more kids. And I don't ever see myself having any more kids with just in general. I don't want any more children. And I'm happy with where our life is right now. So it's kind of a big milestone to have her, you know, start school. It's, you know, the last, you know, hurrah before they're both out of school kind of thing. I feel like it's crazy, this milestone that's about to happen in just a few short months, which is again why I'm enjoying my time off with them, because, you know, I'm not going to get it. This is, you know, memories I can make with them and things like that. So it's nice to be able to do that. So now I'm going to go in with this pencil. And I did just color my brows not too long ago, so it doesn't take much. Thankfully, I have decent brows, I guess. I've always thought I did. But I love how this stuff blends. And that using that wax pencil really does, I think, make a difference in the way that I can apply it, because like it just applies so smooth once that wax is kind of on there to give it kind of that base to sit on. And I like the way this one looks. So that's pretty much it. They are on. I'm going to blend them with the blending brush one more time. And just fluff. Alright, those are pretty much done. Alright, so now that most of my face is done, I'm going to go off camera real quick and put on my lashes, because I need to stand up and get into my big mirror to do that. And I'm going to go ahead and do something with this hair real quick, and I'll be right back in a jiffy. Oh, well, that's better. Now that I have on my lashes and my hair is done, I am ready to complete this look. For my lips, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit Mega Last. I love this particular color. It is in the shade Rebel Rose. And I don't usually line my lips, and I need to get a better liner as well. I typically like to go with shades that are just kind of slightly, you know, darker than my natural. I don't go too crazy with lipsticks. I love this matte lipstick. It is amazing, and it stays on no matter what. This stuff does not want to come off at the end of the day. If you want to know how I curled my hair, this is the finished look for my hair today. Nothing too crazy. I just used a 3/4 barrel and gave it a little bit of a curl. But if you want to see a tutorial on that, be sure to like this video. I'd love to show you guys how I achieved this look today if you are interested. Last question / comment, it's not really a question, is just says, no question, love your videos, keep them coming. Thank you so much for your support, you guys, watching my videos. Be sure to like if you enjoyed this video, and let me know if there's anything you guys want to see. I have a lot of time on my hands. I have a few videos prepared for you guys, so be sure to go over to my Instagram because I'm going to ask you guys pretty soon which one you'd rather see first. And anyways, yeah, I'm always open to suggestions, so drop your comments below. Stay safe and healthy out there, you guys. Wear your masks, you know, do whatever you gotta do, but try and stay sane during this crazy, crazy time. Anyways, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.